Zach, what's the plan for starters and how much you want to play?
Similar to last week is what it'll end up being.
So roughly a quarter, give or take?
Similar to last week, yeah.
Can you go through some guys who may not play, like Mike and Jermaine? Where's Jermaine at?
Yeah, we'll see about Jermaine today. Mike would not play. Miles Murphy will not play. Cordell Volson will not play.
Where's DJ Turner?
DJ Turner is up in the air right now. He'd be one that would be questionable for the game right now. Gino would be out. Those are the ones off the top of my head right now.
Can you tell me Britton Dax?
I like to see them play. So right now, where they're at, they would play.
Well, how good is that? Or I mean, what's that evaluation going to be like to be able to get a chance to see what they look like?
Not much. Just get them out there with the guys and get a chance to play in the game. But in terms, those guys played a lot of football for us, so not much of a true evaluation that I need to see from them.
How long do you think Volson will be out for?
I don't know yet.
What happened with Miles, and where are you at with his timeline to potentially come back?
I think Miles. I think he's one of those guys probably in the weakish range. We'll see kind of where it ends up. Preseason, you want to be cautious. We're not going to throw him out there, for a preseason game, but it's nothing long-term significant.
Did you guys have a conversation as a staff or coaches with Shamar after the dust up the other day?
I talked as a team after practice. I think it's gotten a lot more attention from the media than we've given it in our locker room.
Would you like to see him working with the ones against Washington?
That's the plan.
Have you been surprised at how quickly Shamar has been so disruptive? I mean, he's a first-round pick. You know what you're getting, but considering he wasn't involved in all that, what these practices have looked like, has that been any element of surprise to you?
I think it's the hope when he got here. So to say I'm surprised, it's hard to just measure how quickly someone's going to get acclimated and be able to make an impact. But these are all the things that we saw on the tape in terms of being able to position in different spots and make an impact immediately and disrupt. So I can't say that I would use the word surprised. Everyone just has a different speed on how quickly they can get up to speed. And I think he and Jerry have done a great job together working through it and making sure he can make an immediate impact.
What element of what he's doing have you been most happy to see?
The power, the disruptiveness. There's a lot of words you can use. I mean, you feel his impact, and I stand back there and call the plays. And so you get an evaluation of people very quickly when you're trying to have success as an offense, drive the ball down the field in practice. You form opinions and evaluations of guys very quickly. And he's a guy that he's made an impact on me. I know that.
I know you're not going to sit here and declare opening day starters, but in an ideal world, is he your starter on opening day?
I think we're a long ways from having to declare any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So guys just need to keep working hard and keep improving, and especially with rookies, show consistency. There's by no means has anyone arrived after 1 to 4 weeks of training camp practice. I think I've now got enough experience to know, we drafted Shamar in the first round. We have high expectations for him. He's going to be a tremendous player for us. Let's see all this play out in the season as guys continue to go. But there's nothing right now showing that he's slowing down. He's made a good impression on us.
You wanted to see him pick up a lot of the nuance, the communication, especially with Jerry.
Yeah.
How has he done in that regard?
I thought yesterday was a good day. I saw a lot of really, really positive things from our defense. I think that's where the communication is really setting in, higher level of communication, higher level of learning, higher level of detail in terms of the things that we want to be able to do. So I think overall, I thought yesterday was a really good step in that direction with some of the periods that we focused on.
Just kind of wanted to check in on the offensive line. We had a competition at right guy, but Cody has played both tackles the last couple of days. Mm-hmm. Do you expect him to get some right guard shots on Monday night, or is he going to?
We'll see how it all plays out. Yeah, haven't made all those decisions yet.
How do you feel about the guard depth at this point?
I think that's still a work in progress to see how it all shakes out, who ends up where. A lot of guys have battled through injuries, so you're missing guys for a couple days, you're missing a guy for a game, and so I think we just got to continue to work through that and see how it shakes out.
Before Cordell got hurt, how do you think he looked?
I thought he was having a good camp. He was being consistent for us. He works his tail off, man. I mean, he's one of those guys that you just appreciate embracing whatever role you put him in, and goes out there and just works and has a tremendous attitude. And so again, we'll see how it shakes out with him.
Now, how would you assess Charlie Jones' camp and how has he maybe evolved from his rookie year to now as a receiver?
Yeah, Charlie's done some really positive things for us this camp, and I think he's shown up and made some plays for us. And so again, just in that backup role, you need to be able to play all three spots and have knowledge there, and that's something he's always working on with Troy and making sure he's dependable in that area. Made a great play yesterday, then a big play down the field, contested play, corner route, underneath coverage. Those are tough catches to make, and did it to allow the drive to continue. So I think he's shown some really strong flashes in this game.
What stood out about how PJ Jules has handled his opportunity here, really, since you brought him in?
I think he's just continued to get better, and Southern Illinois is a great program, but the level of competition is significantly different here, so it takes a year to kind of get acclimated to that. It's good to spend it on the practice squad, and so I've been really pleased with the development that he's had, and I think Jordan Kovac's done a great job. I think PJ has embraced the opportunity. I think he's done a good job for Darren, a good job for Jordan, and he's just fighting his way through. And I'll say one more time, Southern Illinois is a great program. I got a great friend, Nick Hill, who's the head coach there, and appreciate that. He's done a great job with our scouts, putting PJ on our radar.
You always talked about Trent Irwin kind of living here. Is Jules kind of cut from that
Yeah.
same cloth?
Yeah, very similar. I don't always have as much of a sense in training camp because the days are so long, but certainly in the off season, when the hours are much different for the players, you saw him around here a lot.
Obviously, Chris Jenkins had that reputation, Zach, as kind of a freakish athlete at Michigan. Are you starting to see that more and more, especially in this camp? It looks like he's
Absolutely.
making some-
Yeah, I think he's had a great camp, really consistent for us. Everything happened to him last year that could derail a rookie season. He got hurt, 2 or 3 days before the Patriots game, post-practice. So played in a cast early on in his rookie year. That's no way to begin your NFL career. So now he's had a chance to have a full offseason, full training camp, get all these snaps, and you're starting to see him really ascend as a player.
What do you want to come away from the second preseason game feeling, I guess, better about than you did after the first?
Better
preseason?
attention to detail. There's so many foolish things we did pre-snap primarily, a little bit of post-snap that had nothing to do with Philadelphia, and felt like we did not give ourselves the best chance to win that game. Who cares? Preseason game, regular season game, it should all feel the same to us, post-game locker room and all that stuff. And so that part was really disappointing, that there was just overall some things that we're so much better at. We've done a good job in practice of that did not carry over to the game. And I expect to see us much cleaner in this game operationally.
Do you know yet? Are you willing to say whether you will play a large chunk of starters in the third preseason?
Yeah, I'm not ready for that yet.
Going back to Charlie, he said his biggest focus is just staying healthy. Is in a perfect world, does he win the punt and the kick returning job, or do you try not to expose him and just let him focus on receiver?
No, I think there's plenty of opportunity there, to do whatever he can to impact the team. He's had kick returns, punt returns for touchdowns here that have helped us in games, and so that's all on the table for Charlie.
Camp has been pretty divided, where defense has one good day over the offense, and then vice versa.
Yeah.
Is that something that you guys are sort of taking pride on, and is it something that you're hoping to see more of this year?
Yeah, I think both sides of the ball has made things difficult on the other side. There's certainly been days where one unit has had a better rhythm and has won the day per se, but I think overall there's been really challenging periods for both sides, and that's encouraging to see. They're really testing each other. It's good to get out there in these preseason games and face somebody different. Everybody feels a little different, moves a little different, the scheme's a little different. So it's good for our guys to have to adjust to that.
As a head coach, what's the biggest thing you gained out of preseason games?
Seeing how guys are when the lights are on, some guys really step up. There's no coaches on the field. There's no help. The play clock's always live. It's a real game. Guys have to go out there and really think for themselves, adjust by themselves. There's just always a little bit of that crutch in practice that a period can stop in a moment's notice, but the game just continues on, and you got to just adjust and figure it out. And even if you have a bad play, you got to be able to bring yourself to move on to the next play. So some guys you really get a feel for, they can make a mistake and then quickly put it behind them and go have 2 good plays. And so that's what I really like in the preseason games. You get a chance to really evaluate guys that way.
Is that skill probably one of the more critical ones to being in the league, like as a player, staying in the league as players, being able to put them to find even pretty quickly?
Yeah, I just think big picture awareness really helps guys understanding what the other side of the ball is trying to accomplish, so you can problem solve on your end and give yourself tools and give those around you tools. Those guys survive for a long time. If you're not the high-end Pro Bowl type player, you see guys that just give themselves a chance because they earn the trust of the coaches and their teammates because of their overall awareness. And I think that's a tremendous quality for veteran players to have and young players to quickly figure out. That's an important quality to have.
Has this part of camp had a different? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Has this part of camp had a different feel this year? The fact that you haven't had a joint practice with them.
It's been the right thing. I can say that. I would tell you if I was wrong, to be truthful. I think I would. Maybe I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But it's been really good for us, just not sacrificing that 3-day stretch that comes with that and just focusing on us. I really feel like we're prepared. Our goal all along was really to be prepared for this Washington game. And not that this is a real game for us with a real game plan, but just to get everything installed up through today, this practice right here. And just talking with Al and Pitch, and Darren, we feel like we're in a really good spot in terms of everything we want to get accomplished. Whereas if we had sacrificed 3 days to go focus on an opponent and game plan for an opponent, I don't think I'd feel as good right now that we'd gotten everything in. So, today we get to top it off with a bunch of situational work that needs our attention, that we're going to give it attention in a game and a half. And so I feel like as a team, we're in a great place. And our guys have played, and we've done a good job staying healthy up to this point. And so we'll go play this game and then address next week. Next week's a little bit of an unusual week, just 2 practices in a game, and we'll go from there.
How important are these preseason games for your new coaches? I know they've integrated to a large degree already, but
Yeah.
the games are games.
They're helpful. It's more helpful than if you hadn't. I mean, if we were college staff and you weren't playing any games until you went, and played 2 weeks from now, there would be some kinks you have to work out after that first game probably. So to get these 3 preseason games, I think is really good. You just look at Scott and Mike on offense, for example. I mean, us other guys have been together forever. And so you don't even think about, hey, by the way, this is how we're going to do something during the game. It's until you do it. And then you got to work out, okay, here's how we want to communicate it. So all easy stuff, but sometimes it's easy for me to lose track just because we've had such continuity on offense for so long. And so these 3 games are really helpful for us.
Ken Taylor speed enough to get in Monday night. No
Yes.
advantage.
Yes.
Ken Taylor has talked about having a better routine, 24 hours a day. Do you see that? Is that having an impact on his play?
I think so. Just consistency has been the word we've thrown around. I've seen that from him in the past. Last year, I don't think there's any hiding it. The consistency from game to game wasn't there, but I've liked what I've seen from Cam this offseason, this training camp. Always enjoyed being around Cam. I have seen consistency there. Obviously, the injury was a slight setback, nothing he could do about it. But again, I'm pleased with where he's at, and I've got great expectations for Cam this year.